Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to talk about the truth when it comes to cold calling for real estate investors. Also, if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you get notified when each new video is dropped. And then down below in the comments, let me know what your favorite marketing strategy is, and I'll let you guys know, which ones we're seeing the most success with our clients right now. Now, we see this all the time, and unfortunately it's become a little bit of a problem because not everyone is naturally an extrovert. So when it comes to marketing, there's a bunch of different forms of marketing, and the reason why there are forms of marketing or methods of marketing is because they work. Now, depending on how you execute it depends on what type of success you'll see from it. Now, there are methods of marketing that are a little outdated that aren't going to perform as well as others, but when it comes down to marketing, you need to figure out what channel you want to utilize and which one you can actually master. Now, this is a question that I see in our Facebook group and I see in other Facebook groups quite often over the past week, which is why I wanted to create this video, is what if I don't like cold calling? So you'll see there's probably hundreds of thousands of videos here on YouTube about cold calling for real estate investors, what types of lists to buy, scripts that you should use when cold calling. It is my opinion, because I'm a marketer, that there are more effective ways than using your time to actually go out and make those cold calls. And a lot of time on those posts when people say, what if I don't like cold calling? What if I'm struggling with cold calling or I'm not getting results? 9 times out of 10, most people aren't set up, or they don't have the skills to actually make cold calling effective. And that's okay. You don't have to do cold calling to be successful as a real estate investor, to find motivated seller leads or find people in distressed situations. There's numerous other ways, probably more effective ways, in our experience, to actually find motivated sellers outside of cold calling. And the thing with cold calling is that it's a repeatable process. It's something that you could pay someone else to do for a low dollar amount, lower than what your hourly rate should be, depending on how much you want to make from your business, that it's a no-brainer to have someone else make those cold calls for you. So if you can find someone anywhere from 5 to 10 or even 15, or in some cases $20 per hour, depending on what types of lists they're utilizing and what your time is worth, it is more effective to have them do that for you than you actually making the cold calls. So if you're struggling, you're just getting started trying to get your first deal, or maybe you're trying to scale and do more deals, the answer isn't let's just do more cold calling. The answer is let's find a more effective way of getting in front of people that want offers on their home. And most times it's not just cold calling. Cold calling is a great process to have. We recommend that all of our clients pay a cold calling company that trains, provides the scripts, monitors, and manages all of the cold callers, so that way you don't have to do that. Again, because it's a low dollar activity and it's repeatable. It's not something that if you want to make $100,000, $200,000 a year, your time is not worth the amount of effort that comes from cold calling. Usually with cold calling, because it's depending on the list that you're prospecting to, usually your response rate or your connection rate on those calls is pretty low. And even if you have really high quality data and you're really in really niche situations, you're still getting a low amount of connections based on the amount of time and the amount of effort that you're spending on that. What I would recommend is pay a VA to make those cold calls for you. The price that you're going to spend on it versus the return that you're going to get is it's going to make the cold, paying someone else to do the cold calling, it's going to make it, it's a no, not like it's not something you need to think about. If you're paying someone $150 a week and they're bringing you 4 to 5 leads and you're closing 1 out of 5 of those, well, you've just paid for your cold calling bill for the next 6 months, depending on what your spreads look like on your deal. So it's a no-brainer to do that. What I would also add in is another channel of marketing. So if you're just getting started and you don't want to cold call, the most effective form of marketing at this time of me shooting this video is using SMS and ring voicemail. It replicates the same process of cold calling, but it takes it out of I actually am the one having to make the dials and make the calls to connect with these sellers, to having a system that does it. Now, because it's an automated system, yes, you may have a lower response rate. Yes, you'll have more that you have to invest in the software and in buying the list and tracing the list. But again, think about it as an investment. And the marketing is an investment. It's not an. So the way that you look at it is, okay, if I'm going to spend $5,000, which is actually a little high, it was really high for most people, $5,000 on SMS, ringless voicemail data, skip tracing, and setting up a CRM so I can manage the leads. My goal is to make that back 10 times. And then if that system is working the way that it should, SMS and ringless voicemail can generate that type of return. You're not going to get that type of return from spending your time on the phone one's cold calling people. So if you do insist on cold calling, what I would recommend is go to either Mexico or the Philippines, and there is lead management companies. And these companies are basically set up to find cold callers, train them, give them scripts, and teach them the situations on how to get in contact with motivated sellers. Again, budget what you can for it, but I would recommend spending anywhere from $300 to $500 a month on this. And basically what you want to do is test out a couple of these companies and see what type of return you're getting from it. You don't have to be the one making the dials. In business, there's a term that I like to use when we look at things. It's do I want to spend time on this, or would I rather spend money on this? So if you're short on time, cold calling makes sense, but if you don't like doing the cold calling, well, take that time to figure out how you can generate more money so you can use money to solve that problem. As you start to grow and scale your business, you'll start to see that there's very few problems that you can't solve with either the time that you have or with money. And if there's a situation in our business that I can solve with money to pay someone else to do it, I'm gonna start asking, how can I get this done? I'm gonna start asking who can get this done instead of how can I get this done? So it's just a different change in perspective. So when you see all the gurus and everyone telling you that you need to cold call or go knock doors to find motivated seller leads, it's been my experience that if you save up a little bit of money and you invest in a marketing system, whether it be SMS, ringless voicemail, or even something like Facebook ads, or paying a VA to do the cold calling for you, you'll probably get better results because you're detaching from the situation, allowing you to be more creative with the leads that you generate, but also it allows you to spend more of your time educating and learning about different types of strategies so you can make the best use of every lead that you get in. If you're just primarily looking to wholesale every lead that you get, or you're only looking at one exit strategy, you're gonna have to spend a lot more in marketing to get a deal. But if you have some creative financing strategies, whether it's seller financing or whether it is a subject to offer, or however you want to structure those deals, the more that you learn about those different types of situations allows you to maximize each lead that you get. So you need less deals to get the revenue goals that you're trying to hit. So don't pigeonhole yourself if you're scared to make the calls, you can't do the cold calling consistently, you don't know how to do it, you don't know what the scripts are. There are plenty of people that know how to do it. Instead of asking, how can I get this done? Start asking yourself, who can get this done? Save up a little bit of money. If you have more time than you have money, take that extra time, go get a side hustle, make some extra income so that you can then spend the money on a cold caller or someone to do the marketing activities for you. So again, just to recap, you don't have to be cold calling or making the cold calls to be a successful real estate investor. There's a number of different ways that you can utilize to find motivated sellers. And we actually have a free Facebook group. So if you're enjoying this content, in that Facebook group, I'll link it down below. You can join and we talk about different strategies on how to find motivated seller leads so you have consistent, predictable deal flow. And what we want for all real estate investors, whether you're wholesaling, fixing flips, you're buying, holding, you're only doing a couple of deals a month, you still want to find the best deals on the market. And we show you different marketing strategies that you can utilize to find those types of people that are in a distressed situation where you can get a discount on the property. So I implore you to join that Facebook group down below. Click the link. I look forward to seeing you there, and we'll see you in the next video. So before we get started in this video, make sure that you click down below. If you are a new person watching the video here, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button and comment below and let me know what your favorite marketing strategy is. I look forward to engaging and connecting with you guys down below.